Hello and welcome to another week of Sambo iRacing. We're back in the GT4s, this time the Aston Martin Vantage. Fixed setup in the Falken challenges for another track guide. This time we're at Road Atlanta for the full course. This is one of the favourite courses that people have on iRacing, and what I can tell you is you are going to have to get used to and enjoy riding over curbs here to get every last second out of this car. If you are new to the channel, what we do is we do a hot lap and then I do a breakdown lap and then we're back in the car a final time. For those of you that hang around for the driving line to be on. Enough of that, let's start the lap. Okay, let's start the hot lap. So coming down the main straight, in the Aston Martin, we're going to leave it in 5th gear. We're going to get to the end of this wall. We're going to slowly trail off from only about 45% braking, up to 4th, up to 5th. Lift, brake, get back on the gas on the apex there. Little lift here, just to get around this corner. Staying in 5th gear, up the hill. On this curbing, we're going to come off the accelerator, on the brake, back on the gas, use the full width that we're allowed on exit. Staying in 4th, up the hill, little brake, trail it off into 3rd gear. Very slippy corner on exit here, trying to avoid the traction control kicking in the fixed setup. Now we've got this long straight to ponder our entry into turn 10. Should always brake earlier than you think, just before the 100-meter board here. All the way down to 3rd gear, cut the corner, back on the gas, little lift here, back on the gas again, up the hill, up to 4th gear, hang it round to the right, allow yourself to move left, and then back across to the right. And over and across the line in a 1:25.207. Right, let's do the breakdown. Okay, I'll try and plow through it relatively fast. So our first braking marker is going to be at the end of this wall that we're coming up to here on the left-hand side. So as we get to that, we're going to get on the brakes up to about 48%, that is, so nearly about half braking. And we're just going to hold it and gradually let it trail off. We're going to drop it down to 4th gear on the apex and get straight back on the gas, up to 100%. Get over to the right-hand side. As soon as we see the blue flashing lights, we're changing up to 5th gear. And then we're going to cut back across to the left-hand side. So it's semi-blind, but basically I aim for that tree that's sticking out by itself on the left-hand side. And as we get to midway along the curbing here, we're going to come off the gas, get up to about 65–70% braking, and then we're going to trail that off. We're going to leave our left-hand tyres on the asphalt here, and then on the apex, we're going to get back on the gas. Have to do a little lift just to make sure, and now I'm back on full throttle here. I'm going to hold it with my left-hand tyres over the curbing here, up to 5th gear. And then we do a little lift as we come to this corner. We're going to cut the corner and get back on 100% throttle. I'm going to leave it on 100% throttle through this next corner. And then once we're on this curbing here, that's when I come off the throttle. I get my braking up to about 60%. And again, trail that off, leaving it in 4th gear, getting back on 100% as we leave there. Got to hold it over to the left-hand side. Little correction on the steering wheel. We're wanting to be exactly where we are now. Missing this grass on the right-hand side. There is an off-track there. This next braking marker is, you see the lines across the road here. That's the 200 meters and the 100 meters. So as we get to the 200 meters, we're going to brake hard, drop it down to 4th gear, trail it off down to the exit, and then we're wanting to cut this corner, getting our tires on that rumble strip on the right-hand side, building back up on the throttle, little blip of 100%, and then straight away we're going to get back on the brakes up to about 70% there, and we're going to trail it off, drop it to 3rd gear, and then get back on the throttle on the curbing on the right-hand side here. So it would be nice to just be able to plow our right foot down to 100% throttle. However, it is quite a slippy corner, and you're just going to have to feel for that grip and get on the 100% a little bit later. Straighten her up. Now we're just going flat out up the hill. This nice long straight. They call this turn 9 coming up here, but there's nothing to it. Free SR, I guess. Back over to the right-hand side. Now, you do, in your head, you always feel like you want to brake later than it actually is, but all you're going to do is plow through this corner. So, for me, you see the 200-meter marker and the 100-meter marker. It's more or less where the 150-meter marker would be. So, just here, we're going to get on the gas. So, as you can see, we're getting on the brake, well ahead of the 100-meter marker. We're holding it, so a good constant pressure there at around 80%. Getting over to the right-hand side as we're dropping down through the gears, down to third gear eventually here. And you can see as I turn in towards the apex, that's when I trail off and I get back up to 100% throttle as soon as I can. Little lift here. Exit nice and wide. As I say, in the fixed setup, it is always tricky because traction control's trying to keep on. And there you have it. So final time now with the driving line on 100, what was that? 1 minute, 25 seconds, 0.207. So yeah, final time with the driving line coming up. Okay, final run through with the driving line on. As always, thanks for watching, thanks for your support. I've been Sambo iRacing and I'll see you guys in the week. Cheers.